Ni Kalawai, Kaluba, Sondashi Kaluba, Nangai, Larry, Luvulisa. It is tip-off time here at the Nasdaq Arena in Lusaka in the Midlands Basketball Association regular season fixture between Matero Magic and Huskies Basketball Club. The name is Wenson Mavoro and I'm joined by my colleague George Kabwewe. We will be interacting with you throughout this interesting game between Matero Magic, the former champions, not defending, but the former champions, and of course Huskies, a team that I wouldn't say is new, but relatively trying to find their footing and assert themselves in the league and Zambian basketball at large.
True. Beautiful afternoon, wherever you're watching us from, streaming actually. Just closed the weekend, a beautiful encounter between Matero Magic and the Huskies. So now the three former champions, yes, to grace this particular afternoon. Skepticism with the team as well on how they're performing, looking shaky. Past few games, but let's see what they have this afternoon and what they have to deliver. Huskies, as we mentioned, not a new team. They've been around the league. Players have nurtured and grown up in the league before. This is not their first encounter in the Super League. They've been in the league for 2 years straight. So they survived relegation last season. And now they're playing with a bit of purpose.
Now, looking to upset major teams. Let's see if they'll work away the win today. Yeah, so let's talk about the starting lineups. Matero Magic maintaining their usual.
Yep.
But interestingly, from Huskies' side, I've noticed one important key player missing whom I've seen in street clothes in the stands.
Yep.
There, Matero Magic winning the tip-off there, Augustine kind of bringing the ball. So I'll say Huskies is missing one of their key players, the gentleman they call Boyka. Those that watch Hollywood movies know, I think it must be Scott Adkins, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
In that movie, I can't remember the title, but one of his names was Boyka. So Boyka is missing for Huskies this afternoon as they take on Matero Magic. First attempt there, fails to convert, and Huskies managed to register 2 points on the score sheet as they open scores with a minute played in this encounter so far.
Exactly, that encounter. Magic, again, they start their games a little bit.
Joseph Baba
with a beautiful dunk right there, yeah?
Points, 2 points. First basket for the game, or rather for Matero Magic.
Yep.
It is 2 apiece this afternoon. Huskies versus Matero Magic.
We saw how aggressive Joseph Baba got into that paint, able to get himself a good jump.
Pulling up on a dunk like that.
In a particular game like this, you expect such performance from forwards and delivering on their key points this afternoon.
So the young Huskies, can the young Huskies be able to prove that indeed they are in the Super League not to be the whipping boys for the majority of the bigger teams?
Yes.
But of course to also register and announce themselves like we've seen with their contemporary Red Arrows, which has managed so far, to beat bigger teams.
Exactly.
Last season and this season as well.
Yep. Red Arrows have a certain ball game to themselves, and they bring a lot of competition to a basketball game. They've really asserted themselves
on the fake. Wabo doing some work under the basket, George. Sorry to cut you short, but I like the move, man. I like the move.
It was impressive how he established his post and Wabo would go up and under and finish that particular basket. There we see Spoiken hustling and attempting a three-point shot. And
talk about confidence there.
Exactly.
He decided to pull up for a three when he could have easily gone for a 2-point layup.
Exactly.
Nice drive there. Unfortunately, Sondashi Kalova couldn't convert. Spoiken on the drive for Matero Magic. Fails to convert. Jermaine on the follow-up, but still couldn't catch that rebound. It is Huskies' ball. Sondashi Kalova with the basketball. Sondashi is one of the good players that Huskies have, and if we can see him being more aggressive early on in the game, I think it will help to also just bring his friends along and on board with regards being positive and being confident in this game.
He I think he's playing with a little bit of reservation, because he might be that player who might come alive in the third or fourth quarter, delivering the baskets, giving his teammates some lifelines in this particular game. Both teams a little bit going up and down the floor. As you see, a three-pointer from the Huskies, trying a 1-point lead, 5-4 right now in the game. Both teams showing a little bit of indecisiveness in their offense, a little bit careless on that part, but yeah. They're good to go, good rebound, good outlet pass.
But they are able to convert. Good difference there from Augustine Kinda, who charges forward to Matero Magic. Can Augustine go the way he finds Jermaine? And Jermaine converts. Good drop pass from Augustine Kinda.
He was very purposeful when attacking that particular middle penetration. And knowing what he wants, the trailer, Jermaine Maue coming back and giving him a second chance at having the point.
Joseph Baba with the rebound, hands it over to Joseph. Joseph gets blocked by Eddie Chileshe.
He was
One thing that you have to note, George, about Eddie Chileshe and those that are watching us right now is that this man has got hoops.
Hand time.
This guy, he's one of those guys that has proved himself. I think for the last 3 games that I've watched, he's been a substitute, but the absence of Boyka today has created an opportunity for him to come into the starting lineup owing to how he has been performing in the last 4 to 5 games that Huskies have had an opportunity to play.
He's earned his position, he's earned his minutes. Now every time you see that there is a lack in a team, there's always one person who rises up to the occasion and delivers. Looks like it's his day today.
Joseph Baba
aggressively training right there.
I like the fact that he's being aggressive today.
Yep. It's come with a different mindset, a different face to the game.
Huskies on the offense Huskies moving the ball so well. And it is no other than Siyanga who has managed that foul was on Joseph Bwabwa.
Yeah, the foul was on Joseph Bwabwa. But good.
Exactly. So he has managed to give Joseph Bwabwa a foul.
Yeah, good job. It's a good job of Matero Magic crowding that particular kick, not allowing the forward to put the ball on the floor, and a little bit of laziness on Bwabwa's end, trying too early to stop that particular pass. But good work by Matero Magic to close the kick, making their defensive presence known. Huskies doing a good job of feeding the post inside and attracting 3 Magic players on that particular play.
So it is 7 baskets to, it is actually 6 baskets to 6. Huskies managing to level the scoring right now. Matero Magic there. Good pass there from Jermaine to Joseph Bwabwa. Joseph Bwabwa not comfortable, decides to give it to Spo. Spo finds Jermaine. I love Jermaine's composure. Can Jermaine finish? He attempts, fails to convert, secures his own rebound.
Gilbert
Joseph goes for a 3 and fails to convert. It is Sondashi with the rebound for Huskies. Good defense there. Spoikan and Augustine 2-man game. Augustine finds Jermaine.
Spins around Jermaine.
Jermaine finds Bwabwa. Bwabwa. It's a 2 points play. Good layup.
Good composure
I
by
was thinking he was
Jermaine.
going to dunk, eh?
No, but good composure by Jermaine, not letting him stay out of bounds on that particular play. Kept it. With his good balance, was able to find Joseph Bwabwa. Well, for the easy two. That wasn't easy two, but it did look like a dunk. It did look like a dunk.
He actually had an open lane.
Yep.
He actually had an open lane.
Yeah, he did.
So Joseph Bwabwa, please give us those danks. You know, the crowd
Is expecting
want
that.
what they want.
Yep.
The crowd wants what they want. Turnover there by Huskies. Augustine tying down the break, and he managed to cleverly skip that ball in for a 2 points for Matero Magic, who are now sitting on 10 baskets to 6 against Huskies. 4 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Sondashi pulls up for a 3. Can he make it? Nothing but air ball.
Looking at that previous play by Augustine Kinda, doing a very good job of putting the ball ahead of him and able to use the rim to protect that shot blocker who was trailing behind. Very clever play from Augustine Kinda.
Jermaine pulls for a 3. Air ball as well. It's like we have an air ball party for a second there.
They're building a house, man. Bricks in the house.
Nice drive. Unfortunately, and we lost the ball there for Huskies. Joseph finds Bwabwa. Bwabwa charges forward and he gets fouled.
Offensive presence by Huskies at that time saw 2 players almost going for the same basketball, collided, and they couldn't really control it. Huskies, for them to win this particular ball game, need to understand the principles of being in the right place at the right time. Spacing is important for them. You cannot have 2 players trying to collide and intercept and get the same basketball. They have to understand that the floor space is important. That's the only way they can get the ball to the right person and to the hoop if they are spaced correctly.
So it is 10 baskets to 6 here at the Nasdaq Arena in Lusaka, where Matero Magic is taking on Huskies Basketball Club. Matero Magic lost last week. They are looking to ensure that this time around against a seemingly young team, which is Huskies, they register a win.
Yep.
Now, talking about the issue that you raised, George, knowing where to be at the right time on the floor, Huskies also need to work on passing and moving. The trouble is,
Correct.
when you see, Magic is only sitting comfortably in his own defense,
Yep.
and most of the Huskies players are outside. So the moment they pass the ball, because they're not cutting, there's no movement on the floor. It's very difficult, even when they get the ball inside,
That's true.
for whoever receives the pass to be able to work something out within the paint, because they're not moving there.
The best way to move any zone defense is you pass and cut. Keep the ball rotating and keep men moving. Remember, you only have 24 seconds on the shot clock when you advance the basketball.
Which is enough to run a play and do something.
Exactly.
Joseph Bwabwa there makes 1 free throw for Matero Magic as he remains with 1. It is 11-6 here. Huskies Basketball Club trailing Matero Magic. Those of you that are watching this live broadcast on Litovia Television Facebook page, on the Prism Africa YouTube page, on Matero Magic Facebook page, on ZBF Blogs Sports. Hey, I need to get that right, eh?
ZBA Bloggers Sports.
ZBA Blogs Sports.
Yep.
Those of you that are watching this game on these platforms, please be at liberty to interact with us. Let us know what you think in this encounter so far, and we will be glad to know what it is that you think.
We just saw a 3-point shot from Spoikan. I think I've noticed all his career so far in the league, I've seen him make more shots in the corner than on the high arc. He really enjoys that deep corner shot.
That was a very, very surprising shot there from Enoch of Huskies. He was not in a very good position, and he was obviously out of range, going by the mere fact that it was an air ball. Next time, we expect to see a little bit of good decision making there with the ball from Enoch. Patience. Remember, you talked about 24 seconds on the clock. Huskies need to utilize that.
A good thing, good patience from Matero Magic.
Good utilizing the clock.
Joseph.
Jermaine goes inside, finds Papa. Unfortunately, the referees say it's a travel there from the veteran guard Jermaine Maue of Matero Magic. But good patience, and this is what we need to see more from Huskies Basketball Club as they charge forward and try to find their offensive rhythm in this encounter.
Yep. But also, you have to give credit to Matero Magic.
Why is the forward bringing up the ball? Come on, Huskies. Good block there from Enoch. Jermaine with the ball. But unfortunately, he manages to get a foul to the advantage of Magic and to the misfortune of Huskies.
For a team like Matero Magic, you can't afford to have second chance points. Jermaine, a really good rebounder. We've known him for that through his career.
Again, George, why is Sianga the man who's playing forward, the man who's playing 5 for Huskies bringing up the ball?
It's a revolutionary type of game now. In this game,
well, if you have the skills, George,
you can't
I don't dispute you have the skills, but Sianga obviously can't. That is the second turnover I've seen from him, getting the ball up top.
The idea is to free your point guard. If you can be a threat in bringing up the ball,
one there from Papua,
you can make it. A little bit late.
Good vision there from referee Mwenshi.
Yep.
That was a foul there from Jermaine.
A little bit late there. He would have got away with it had he not swiped the hand. As I was saying, if a forward is bringing up the ball, he's trying to create space for his point guard and give him a second breathing space for him. That was practically the idea that Huskies came, obviously, with that particular play.
So Magic is playing 1-to-1 defense.
1-2-2.
It's actually starting as a 1-2-2.
Yep.
And then it gets to
a 2-1-2. Now it's a 2-1-2.
Again, Huskies not finding anything from range there.
It takes a lot of
Matero Magic making a substitute. 2 minutes remaining on the clock. Joseph, Gilbert from Matero Magic takes a rest as veteran point guard Chansam Faume checks in for Matero Magic. Huskies still stuck on 6 baskets as Matero Magic seemingly have also been stuck for the last 2 minutes at 15 baskets.
Yeah, so correction was also 2 substitutions from Matero Magic. Chansam Faume coming in, number 11. And also seeing the captain, Chongo Chona, also step onto the floor.
I love the patience of Baba with the ball. Can Spoikan pull up for a 3? He does exactly just that, but fails to convert. So talking about Spoikan's game, Ogi today is feasting on steals. Ogi is feasting on steals today. But talking about Spoikan's 3-point game, I'm going to guess almost another steal from Augustine Kainde there. Good defensive look out there. Now, I'm not against the 3-point culture. Obviously, Steph Curry has revolutionized the game, from the NBA world over. Everybody now wants to play basketball from the 3-pointer. And it's not a bad thing if you're converting. But what makes a very good player is versatility. One thing that players like Spoikan need not to forget is the fact that in as much as you can knock down those shots, when there's an open lane, take it. Because at the end of the day, you see, you do not want to disadvantage yourself to your opponents by them merely knowing that the only offensive first approach you have, or 2, that you get out of your bag at first instant is a 3-point shot. It doesn't work out well for you.
But we also know that he is that versatile player. If he can take that 3, he definitely knows how to drive. We've seen in the past 2 games that he played. If his 3-point shot has been taken out,
he has the option. He has a strong drive. He
So
can
like
take
today,
it.
today he's sitting on, is it
1 3-point shot
105?
made.
105 by my count. That was the fifth shot. So not that there's anything wrong.
The
I know shooters are I know, George, what you want to say. Shooters gotta shoot the ball.
Live by the 3, die by the 3. That's the
Exactly.
principle.
But look, there was an open lane there. You've got Joseph Bwabwa, who today is doing an impressive job in the paint. So why not just sometimes confuse the defenders, drive in, let the defense commit, kick out to Joseph Bwabwa for an easy dunk. Make the young man look good.
Maybe he's trying to get himself into the rhythm of shooting the threes. We may not know, maybe.
Huskies, that's quite a very rushed shot. Joseph Bwabwa unable to secure the rebound from Matero Magic. This is something that Coach Thomas Zulu needs to work on with the squad. There's a lot of rushed plays on the offensive campaign of Huskies.
Another mistake by Huskies on top of the key. Very bad place to lose the ball.
And he's capable of doing that, He's capable of doing that.
As they make this simple, Huskies, as they continue making simple, basic mistakes, as you stated, floor spacing, they're giving opportunity for Magic to pull away on this particular basketball game and not giving themselves a second chance at recovery. They really have to be a little bit more responsible, but they have what it takes to actually win this basketball game. That backdoor penetration pass from Huskies, leaving Chongo easily making that 2-point play.
It is 19-6 baskets here at the Nasdaq Arena. Matero Magic in command of this game as Sondashi pulls for a 3, but unfortunately couldn't quite convert. Secures his own rebound and almost loses it off his foot. Nandwe there finds Enoch. Enoch couldn't convert. Nando secures the rebound. Nandwe struggles to keep that ball. I don't know what's happening, but Nandwe today seems to have quite a challenging game offensively. He's one guy that so far has been doing quite very well for Huskies Basketball Club, especially securing the offensive rebounds, running the fast break, and just being a menace in the paints there for people that are even bigger than his size.
Good patience from Matero Magic, finding
Spoikan finds Bwabwa. Bwabwa goes for a hook shot, secures his own rebound. Unfortunately, he couldn't quite keep the ball.
referee signals a
I
kick
know
ball.
Coach David there wanted him to go to the hook, but I feel like the hook shot was good. I don't know what to put.
You'd have to practice that shot continuously for you to make it successful.
The hook shot was good.
Yeah, it was.
I like the hook shot. The Kareem Abdul-Jabbar foul
Signature.
called on Augustine Kainda, who's had a very impressive defensive game so far. That should be his first foul, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep,
But of course, we'll wait to see from the table.
He still has 4 more fouls to give, but a little bit too aggressive on that particular play. Needs to a little bit relaxed on that one.
New man on the floor for Huskies Basketball Club. That is Ryan, who unfortunately fails to connect with the spectacular Sondashi Kaluba for Huskies Basketball Club, whose abilities and capabilities, by the way, we are yet to see in this game.
Yep.
But one of those guys, as you earlier indicated, George, can actually just switch it up for Huskies Basketball Club, Sondashi Kaluba.
Yeah, they have that potential. They definitely have that potential to turn up the heat and give Magic a run for their own money in this particular ballgame.
So Mumba Mwape, who's watching us from the Matero Magic Facebook page, says it's a little bit confusing considering the fact that both teams are wearing jerseys that seem white. Well, to those of us that are physically here, Mumba rather, Huskies is wearing pink. Pink? Is it,
Fade.
George?
Yeah, it's a pink fade. It's a pink
And
fade
some
with
light
a little bit of
bluish.
blue. Yeah, down at the
And
bottom
Matero
shorts.
Magic is white and dark blue.
It's the principle of light reflecting.
Yeah, so it's an issue of lighting and everything,
Yeah.
probably. But definitely the two jerseys are very distinctive. Hence, the referees and officials able to allow both teams to play wearing these particular jerseys. Augustine Kainda there
with the last
going
basket.
for a layup, yes,
Yeah.
before the timeout.
Yeah.
And another missing person on the Huskies bench is the head coach himself, Munji Muchimba.
Yep. Well, word has it that he had to travel on a business errand. He couldn't be available, but you do see that when he's available as well, he does contribute to giving the game more light and effective IQ. We know his pedigree before in the past. He's also been a very, very competitive player, impressive player as well, coming back from where he's come through. Rich basketball history himself. Had a few spells with Heroes, the time that they had their championship, Magic as well. So on that bench, he could have also put some ideas together for Huskies to actually come up alive. Right now we see the end of the first quarter with Magic leading 21 and Huskies 6 baskets in this particular quarter. 10 minutes of basketball and you score 6 baskets. That's 6 points actually.
Talking about Coach Munyi Muchimba not being available, obviously man's got to feed his family. And as you earlier indicated, had an opportunity to play with the gentleman. He was one of the guards that I used to enjoy playing basketball with because he was very offensive, could be defensive as well.
Yes.
But one thing that really stands out for me, for Munji as a player, is his ability to listen.
Yes, yes.
You know,
yes.
As a point guard, I would always tell Munji, okay, here is the weakness of our opponents. Go in that area, exploit. He would do that.
Yep.
You know,
the discipline that was displayed by that man was amazing. One that, if you're a point guard, you'd love to see from a fellow player. Say, if you give a directive and he listens, you appreciate such times with him on the floor.
So it is Ryan and Sondashi, and of course Eddie, manning the top for Huskies Basketball Club, whereas Asha and Austin will be playing 4 and 5 respectively. So what you're seeing at the moment is that Huskies have actually gone small ball.
Yep.
Against Matero Magic.
Which is a disadvantage, I feel. Especially that they shouldn't take the balls to the corner. Once they take the balls to the corner, they will be crowded. As you see, Huskies trying to make a break there and do it successfully. They make a basket right there on a beautiful break. Very intelligent, fast break right there. Exactly.
And the Eddie Chilesha can do that all day.
That's
some of our fix. Did you hear the crowd cheering there?
Because it was a
knowing all too well that Chansa Mufaume can actually convert those.
Exactly.
Beautiful game of basketball, transition basketball there from Huskies. And the more Huskies keep doing this, I think they stand a better chance of coming back into this game.
Their strategy of going small is a good one because now they're giving Magic a run for their money and giving them a tough time guarding the perimeter. Now they have to deal with quick guys. As we see a travel from that Magic player failing to keep his both feet on the ground after pivoting in the wrong direction.
So what I feel is that Matero Magic, since Huskies has gone small ball, Matero Magic now need to start utilizing their forward. They've got Joseph there, a young forward inside. They need to feed Joseph and Chongo Steezy, the captain as well. He's one guy that can give you points in the paint.
Yeah, of course.
So these are the two gentlemen that Magic can utilize if their transition doesn't work. Sondasha pulls for a 3, unfortunately fails to convert. Austin and Asha there.
The same principle that we're trying to give Spoikan. If your 3-point shots are not working, take it to the rim. Sondashi has had 2 3-point shots in the same area. Now needs to look to penetrate the key and actually find an easy basket.
Couldn't agree with you, George. Couldn't agree with you. Matero Magic on the attack. Spoikan there manages to get a foul.
I think the players are listening to us when we're commenting, when we're making this comment.
So, yeah. I think somebody must be listening to us right now.
He had an opportunity to shoot that ball, but decided to go in and take a 3. Get a foul. Finding the captain.
So it is 21-10 here at the Nasdaq Arena in Lusaka, where Huskies Basketball Club is taking on Matero Magic. And again, what a careless defensive approach there from. But George, just a quick one, we're joined by Boyka, the man himself. The gentleman that we talked about extensively when we were opening this particular game. He's with us here. And Boyka, we just want to find out from you, you not being part of the team, first and foremost, how do you feel? Because big games normally are what you like.
fact that I'm injured. I think the team has to learn how to play without me. So in case of another injury in the future, maybe they would like look back and see how they had approached this game, which is a big game, and just try and reflect on how we can handle the next game.
So how long are you out for?
Well, I think I'll be back this coming week. Yeah, I've been going for physio and really recovering real quick.
Okay. Thank you very much, Boyka. So ladies and gentlemen, that is Boyka, one of the key and crucial players for Huskies Basketball Club, having a conversation with us, watching from the stand, a man that is not used to watching his compatriots go on the battlefield, as he is one of those key guys that normally leads the charge day in and day out. Matero Basketball Club on the charge. Spoikan pulls up for a three and manages to convert.
We saw Matero Magic swing that basketball very, very well, giving Huskies not enough time to actually settle on the defensive end. They did beautiful 1-2 catches. First play from Augustine, gave it to the corner. Spoikan drove it, went to the corner as well, took it, and now we saw them making a good competitive three.
Beautiful crossover there from Eddie. I don't know why Eddie stopped moving there. Sondashi pulls up again. He finds it, finally.
He's finding his rhythm, getting the confidence to take that particular three-point shot, and look, it went bottom of the net.
Chongo was sleeping there. Chansa again thinks twice about going for a three-point.
Augustine directs with traffic.
Finds Chansa Mufaume, who pulls for a three, fails to convert. Chongo challenges for the rebound, taps it to Spoikan Ngoma. Spoikan hands it over to Chongo, who pulls for a two-point shot. Unfortunately, couldn't convert. Ryan on the break. It is Sondashi who gets a foul and almost converts. Augustine kind of recording his second foul for the game.
Look, two positions that Magic were able to get the ball and regain the rebound. The body language didn't show that they really wanted to score on that particular last position. When you see a rhythm of a basketball player intending to score, you see the way he lifts his shot and takes off the ground and all those things. Corner shot from Chansa Mfoye, looking a little bit off rhythm.
Chongo also not ready to take that particular two-point shot. Hence now they cost the team by giving Huskies an opportunity to go to the line.
And for me, that sluggish composure that you're talking about started with the captain being substituted right now, Stizi Chongo Chona, who, when they managed to successfully break the 1-2-2 defense that Huskies is implementing, Chongo was not cognizant of where the ball was. Spoikan there hits an air ball. Strangely so. But you see, for me, that's you don't expect such kind of lack of court awareness from a player with vast experience like Chongo. Nice 1-2 play there. Huskies. Ogi there for, my word. That was going to be a dunk there for Joseph, but unfortunately, Joseph Barbara and Joseph, the two young forwards for Matero Magic. He can do that all day, by the way. Eddie just needs to find his lane. He can do that all the way. And as you rightly indicated, transition basketball is working very well for Huskies.
Yes. They can have a field goal with Magic every time. Getting the ball quickly up the court.
Sondashi pulls up again for a three-point. This time around, he hits an air ball.
A little bit overconfident, but you know what? Hey, you have to always be confident and take that three-point shot, maybe revitalize the team.
I think Sondashi is a good spot-up shooter. All he needs is just Spoikan Ngoma there. I love the fact that he can drive hard to the hoop. Augustine kinda on the steal. That must be like his... Ooh, that was going to... Whew. Okay.
Good play there. Good steal from Augustine kinda. I think he's sitting on 4 steals now in the basketball.
Exactly, about 4 steals now in the...
It's good anticipation from him because he's always putting it the ball.
Ryan on the drive and manages to secure himself a three-point play opportunity. And this is what, and you see, if Huskies can keep doing this, they stand a chance of coming back in this game. what they need to do is, before Magic settles, after they successfully break the 1-3 or 1-2-2 defense that Magic is playing right now, before Magic actually get to set, whoever has an open lane, they should be able to take it. That will give them an edge, because once Magic sits in that zone defense, it's very difficult for Huskies to break it.
Opportunity for them to run the 4-3-2 before Magic settles, as you have rightly put it. That's what they really need to work on. I think that's the idea that they came in going small to this particular ball.
Chansa Mufwaume is struggling to secure and find his range from the 3. The crowd there calling for a foul as they feel Spoikan had fouled Ryan. What a beautiful play. What a beautiful play. And ladies and gentlemen, it is no other than the gentleman himself, Enoch, who has come back, checked in into the game, and immediately decided to register his presence by going on a drive.
Good focus there, got the bump that he needed, and by every principle of any forward, if you're fundamentally strong, you go up on the ball, use the backboard as your advantage, and he did that.
I don't know what kind of behavior from Spoikan that was. He felt like that was a foul from the referee. The ball is in play. They have an opportunity for a quick basket on a break. He decides to stop playing with the basketball in his hands and tries to signal and go for a foul from the referee. Beautiful try there, ladies and gentlemen. Huskies is fighting their way back in this game, and Eddie is doing so with those drives. Magic on the attack. Spoikan finds Joseph Baba. Wagwa there is called for a travel by referee Mwechi.
Exactly.
Good composure by Huskies Basketball Club.
Yes, we see them coming alive right now in this particular quarter, which is why it is important that they do what exactly they're doing. Good aggressiveness, they're everywhere. They're in 6s and 7s in their defense, but it's working for them. They're able to get a few stops, and when they go on Magic's back end in the backcourt, they're rewarded. We've seen 2 plays ending up in them scoring and giving themselves a chance at the free throw line. Basketball is played in that particular nature.
So on YouTube, we've got Miles Ndalama, a former Magic player, watching this particular broadcast all the way from the United States of America. Miles is rooting for Snake Muscle, and you and I know that Snake Muscle is no other than Spoikan Ngoma, who just scored a 3 before both teams went to their respective benches for the timeout. It is the Midlands Basketball Association regular season fixture here at the Nasdaq Arena in Lusaka. Matero Magic taking on Huskies Basketball Club, coming off a surprising loss from Luters Basketball Club, who a lot of people so far, I can say, are sleeping on, looking at the past 3 games. They lost to Matero Warriors, but how they lost really showed character and spoke volumes to how cohesive and how much of fighting spirit and how much of potential as a team they have, a young team for that matter, to be able to make something out for themselves this season.
Yeah, they are young and hungry. They are out to prove a point as a statement. That's the best part about this basketball game in our league. Young blood, always looking to stay hungry and wanting to get big wins from big teams. And they were successful last weekend. Job by Spoikan Ngoma, finding them far away. Spoikan Ngoma out to Chansam far away. At the corner, dumps it to Bwabwa, turns around and just couldn't convert. I saw a lot of contact there, but the refs didn't call it.
Yeah, unfortunately the ref didn't see.
A little bit. I feel that's unfair because refs need to really spot where there's so much contact. They need to call it.
Good defense there from Jeremiah of Matero Magic, making sure that that pass doesn't go to Nandwe from Huskies, who can be quite a problem under the hoop there.
Yep. Huskies doing a good job, moving the ball swiftly whenever they find an opportunity.
Eddie pulls up for a 2-pointer. Eddie fails to convert, but good defensive challenge there from Huskies. Joseph Bwabwa on the rebound, finds Augustin Kinda. Augustin Kinda goes all the way, but unfortunately, Joseph Bwabwa manages to
do the dirty work. Yep, do the dirty work, which he does very, very well. I won't take anything away from that young man, young Embiid as we call him. He works so hard to just get every basket.
Matero Magic on the break. Augustine kind of charging forward. Finds Joseph Bwabwa. Joseph Bwabwa goes in for a 2. Fails to convert. Good rebounding challenge there from Augustine kind of the small man.
Yep. You need a point guard like that as well in times. Aggressively going for a
Enoch
rebound.
goes for a 3. And he knows it. Step back 3-pointer from the gentleman Enoch of Huskies Basketball Club. It is 34 to 27 baskets.
Very
The
good
lads
patience.
from Chilenje starting to close in
Yep.
on the experienced Matero Magic.
Very good patience on that swing. Knowing his feet are set, just didn't even give himself a second thought as he attempted and he made it count.
The crowd is loving the defensive intensity of Huskies Basketball Club this afternoon at the Nasdaq Arena after a brilliant 3-point step back from Enoki, and then we did see some good defensive pressure that led to Jeremiah miscommunicating there with Joseph Bwabwa.
Exactly. Huskies doing a good job in swinging the ball patiently. Small but not intimidated. They're
Enoch
doing
with
the
the
quick
basket.
things.
Enoch gives it to Eddie. Eddie tries to look for a way inside, but couldn't. Matero Magic on the break. Joseph Bwabwa. Joseph Bwabwa attacks. Gets his own rebound. I love Joseph Bwabwa's aggressiveness today. Chance Amufauma is still struggling from the 3-point.
Again.
6 shots now.
Again.
Eddie!
Again I
Eddie
say
can
this.
do that all day.
Again I say this. Just before the play on Eddie, the previous play down the floor. So much contact on Joseph Bwabwa that they're not calling those plays. Those type of plays or those type of calls can be costly when you're coming up into a game. The game is intense, obviously we're seeing from both teams, but the referees have to call where there's contact.
You know, yesterday we had that very lengthy conversation with David here concerning creating a system that would ensure that referees start being held accountable for most of these calls that they make and those that they overlook in these games, because these calls are what differentiates between a team that wins and a team that loses, fairly or unfairly.
Correct.
Gasenkaina there manages to find Spoikan. Less than 30 seconds remaining. Spoikan pulls up for a 3 and nothing but net.
See the confidence that he has?
Net muscle, as
Exactly.
Miles Ndalama would refer to him on our YouTube platform, Prism Africa.
A reply.
Enoch has
from
woken up.
Enoch.
I
Yeah.
love the momentum that Enoch is building, taking over this game.
Exactly.
This is what Huskies Basketball Club need this afternoon against a well-oiled, experienced machine like Matero Magic.
He's just giving them a statement to say, look, if you take me lightly, I will punish you. And he is making them pay. Corner 3, corner 2. What else can you expect from a player like that? Enoch coming alive in this particular ball game.
So those of you that are watching via the Litovia television Facebook page, let us know what you think in this particular game that is getting interesting right now. 29 Boma for Matero Magic.
Exactly. Good aggressiveness from Boma going up straight and drawing that foul. Huskies need to be very, very careful. And they need to be very, very alert on those backdoor passes. The ball would swing one end and everybody leans on one particular side of the court, leaving a backdoor pass, making it very, very difficult for players to recover. They need to leave one person in the key.
Boma there misses his first free throw attempt. So remember what we were talking about, the issue of ensuring that Huskies pick up their rhythm. Right now, it's an 8-point game, and you and I know that Magic was leading with as many as over 10, in fact, over 12. But now it's an 8-point game, and Boma misses both shots on the foul line there. And referee, when she says there was a violation there, it is Huskies Basketball Club as we almost head to the halftime.
Yep. Rhythm on the free throw line is very important. I think he changed his rhythm when he was trying to take the second shot. Basketball principle on the free throw line, maintain one rhythm when you're trying to attempt the free throw.
Eddie there almost crossing Ogi, but Ogi very active on the defense there and saying, hell no, I'm not going to let you cross me that easily.
Yep. Eddie's trying to eat the clock away. Very, very good idea from the point guard. You need that. going into the halftime.
So we are currently live at the ZBF Blogs Sport, Litovia Television Facebook page, Matero Magic Facebook page, and Prism Africa YouTube page. You can catch the live broadcast of this game, and remember, keep interacting with us. Let us know what you think. It is 37 to 29 baskets. Matero Magic in the lead. Huskies Basketball Club right now, who are in this encounter without their captain and key player Boyka, and of course missing the presence of head coach Munji Muchimba to create and offer that technical support on the bench. And so far, Huskies beginning to come back in this game, and I love what I'm seeing.
Yep.
I love what I'm seeing. I like the build-up, George. I like the build-up.
You're looking at Huskies. I think the first quarter were a little bit caged, shelled, for lack of a better term. But once they realized that, oh, they can actually score against Matero Warriors, they begin to believe in themselves coming in the second quarter. We saw a very good technical adjustment from the coach, going small ball, such that they quicken their steps up the court and be able to get opportunities to score, which we've seen. The likes of Eno coming up alive, Eddie as well, bringing up the ball, and those particular three-point shots have been coming in for Huskies. So a good second quarter from Huskies in this particular ball game.
Yeah, so later on we will be interacting with some fans in the arena just to get their feel of what they think about this game and what they expect, because what we've seen so far, going by what happened last week, George, you'll agree with me that a lot of people do not expect Magic or Looters to beat Magic in that encounter, but of course they put a surprise.
Yep.
And anything can happen in the game of basketball, as we always say on this platform. So we can't rule Huskies out of this game yet.
Correct.
And also we will get an opportunity to interact with the coaches just to find out, you know, what approach they will take just to improve their campaign as we begin the second half.
Exactly.
My name is Obek Musongo, aka Badman OB, and I'm a point guard and shooting guard for Matero Magic.
Chendai Padera. Delight Charawani.
Ms. Jeremiah Chenge.
Elijah Mbochinjamba.
My name is Chansam Faume.
Augustine Kainda.
Chongo Chona, aka Steezy, aka Pezuzu, aka Magician. You can pick one of those. I'm Matero Magic captain.
This qualifiers really mean a lot for me. From the time I started playing basketball, I realized I want to play basketball at the highest level. And BAA is at the exposure for us right now.
This league is sponsored by the NBA, so it's a great opportunity for each and every player on the team.
And it made me play in China for about 9 years.
As a team, it also gives us an opportunity to show the world just how good Matero Magic is as a club.
So some of us will get a chance to be scouted.
It has given me a lot of personal traits that I use on a daily, such as discipline, timekeeping.
And, you know, to be able to give an example to the younger generation coming up that, you know, maybe you should join some sport or, you know, do something at least.
So I'm experiencing a lot of things through basketball, and it really changed my life in a good path.
I'm very confident in my team, the hard work we've been putting on as a team, the late practices.
And I'm confident enough that we'll win the qualifiers and proceed for the next round.
They don't know about us, but I can control what we can, which is adequate preparation.
Whoever is thinking that we are the underdogs, they have to think twice.
Everyone is on point, the team, the coaching staff, so I don't think we have a problem playing in the qualifiers. We are now ready to go. It's just a matter of time.
We're going to change the game of basketball in Zambia. The moment Matero Magic, qualifies for these games, now right now, every part of Zambia knows who Matero Magic is. But for us to qualify now, all the nations will know who we are.
Musongo, aka Badman OB, and I'm a point guard and shooting guard for Matero Magic.
My name is Jeremiah Chenge.
Elijah Mbochinjamba.
My name is Chansam Faume.
Augustine Kainda.
Chongo Chona, aka Steezy, aka Pezuzu, aka Magician. You can pick one of those. I'm Matero Magic captain.
This qualifiers really mean a lot for me. From the time I started playing basketball, I realized I want to play basketball at the highest level. And BAA is at the exposure for us right now.
This league is sponsored by the NBA, so it's a great opportunity for each and every player on the team.
And it made me play in China for about 9 years.
As a team, it also gives us an opportunity to show the world just how good Matero Magic is as a club.
So some of us will get a chance to be scouted.
It has given me a lot of personal traits that I use on a daily, such as discipline, timekeeping.
And, to be able to give an example to the younger generation coming up that, maybe you should join some sport or, do something at least.
So I'm experiencing a lot of things through basketball, and it really changed my life in a good part.
I'm very confident in my team, the hard work we've been putting on as a team, the late practices.
And I'm confident enough that we'll win the qualifiers and proceed for the next round.
They don't know about us, but then I can control what we can, which is adequate preparation.
Whoever is thinking that we are the underdogs, they have to think twice.
Everyone is on point, the team, the coaching staff, so I don't think we have a problem playing in the qualifiers. We are now ready to go. It's just a matter of time.
We're going to change the game of basketball in Zambia. The moment Matero Magic, qualifies for these games, now right now, every part of Zambia knows who Matero Magic is. But for us to qualify now, all the nations will know who we are.
My name is Obet Musongo, aka Badman OB, and I'm a point guard and shooting guard for Matero Magic.
Arena here in Lusaka, where Huskies Basketball Club is taking on Matero Magic. Matero Magic at the moment leading 37 to 29 baskets, and Huskies in the second quarter there, the last 5 minutes of the second quarter, showed some resilience, showed some good composure offensively and defensively, and that is what helped to reduce the deficit this afternoon.
Yep.
It is Matero Magic basketball as Huskies are defending in the opening of the third quarter here. You can keep interacting with us via our various social media platforms where this game is being broadcasted live. I've seen here Mouse, Casey, Nalama rooting and shouting out for his boy, Snake Muscles Poikan Goma of Matero Magic.
Yeah, we know Miles Ndalama as well as one of the centers for Matero Magic, as he competed last season's qualifiers for BAL. Very impressive forward, aggressive, silent on the floor, but very productive person. And there were good combination with Kandulu, who is also in Tanzania.
That's playing in Tanzania at the moment. Yeah. The Towers of Magic.
Exactly. When those two are on the floor,
forget the drives.
Exactly, because they'll block everything and anything, even a basket.
Coach David Musonga there shouting and emphasizing on a set play for Matero Magic. Bwabwa there, but unfortunately it's a foul there for Huskies Basketball Club that need to be very, very careful with those fouls over there, because at the end of the day, you do not need your team, or you do not want your team to be caught up in foul trouble.
Yep, Matero Magic. Coach David calling a particular play, looking for what the end result was, which is getting a trip to the line, but also they needed to convert that particular ball.
Young man Joseph Barber needs to make sure that each time he gets the ball under the rim like that, it's either a dunk or a straight basket.
Yep.
Huskies now have an opportunity to attack. Enoch with the basketball. Enoch goes in. Enoch gives it to Sondashi, who launches a three. Unfortunately, Sondashi fails to convert. But Nganwe's had beautiful game of basketball there from Huskies.
We saw them 3 Huskies players. That's how much they wanted that particular position. And 3 Huskies players get the basketball and put it back.
And George, one guy that's, again, another defensive play there from Sondashi. But one guy that often doesn't get so much credit for Huskies Basketball Club is Nganwe. The gentleman can really hustle for those offensive and defensive rebounds.
Every team in any part of the world needs a player like Sondashi. Sondashi doing all the work and putting in everything to actually get their team this particular win. Huskies, they're doing a very, very good job.
Jermaine. It was visibly as
daylight.
Exactly.
You see
so Jermaine now is sitting on
one
that
foul.
Must have been his second foul.
Second foul.
Second foul.
Second foul, yeah.
Eddie. I love Eddie's confidence in this game at the moment. Huskies beginning to play their game. Sondashi on the drive. That's how you attack the basket.
Exactly.
Joseph Barber. Sondashi was like,
I can fly too. Easy 2 there from Sondashi.
Easy 2 there from Sondashi. 37 to 33 basket. Gilbert launches for Matero Magic and he manages to knock down a triple. It is now 40 to 33. Huskies Basketball Club fighting their way into this game.
Gilbert on any given day, giving him that much space to shoot, he'll knock it down, he'll punish you.
Nganwe on the attack. Joseph Barber with the rebound. I love that drive from Nganwe. That is the aggression that Huskies Basketball Club need to continue on. Now, Huskies Basketball Club obviously is doing stuff that's working out for them in this game.
Yep.
But what we've seen, again, that's a turnover for Matero Magic. And this is where I was going. Before the halftime, Matero Magic was playing good transition basketball.
Yeah.
And I think it was working out for them very well. So I don't know what's with the strategy of calling on plays right now, which in my opinion has slowed them down.
Exactly. Let the boys play. Let them not leave by being so technical. It's a game that they can take over by not implementing so many plays. Let them have the feel of the game.
Eddie on the run. Eddie on
Good
the hustle.
Good
Eddie finds
hustle.
Sondashi. Sondashi finds Enoch. And Enoch
is fouled.
Manages to get a foul on Gilbert.
You need to appreciate players who will be first on the floor to hustle, which means they wanted more better than the other team. And they should be rewarded.
Sondashi for 3. And he fails to knock it out. It is still Matero Magic basketball. And Jermaine is protesting there, strongly protesting and having a conversation with referee Clement, who's sternly warning him. Eddie on the ball. Joseph now sitting on the 3rd foul. The principle of defense, as you and I know, George, is each time a player tries to get a steal in that situation, it will always be a foul.
Once
the best is front the man.
Exactly.
So Sondashi pulls for a 3. Almost finds it. It is still Huskies Basketball Club.
Two possessions. Jermaine could have the ability to actually get that particular basketball.
And do you know who I give credit? Nganwe.
Working hard on that.
Enoch on the drive. Unfortunately, he gives it straight to Joseph Bwabwa,
who I don't think even had to jump.
Beautiful drive there from Gilbert of Matero Magic. 42 to 33 here at the Nasdaq Arena in the 3rd quarter. 6 minutes remaining on the clock as Huskies Basketball Club continue on a campaign to find their way back into this game. And so far, so good.
Good swing by Huskies.
Sondashi again charges inside. Unfortunately, that floater fell short. Jermaine there finds chance for Aume. What kind of pass was that? Good defensive pressure from Huskies. It is now Enoch Courageous inside. And Enoch manages to book himself a trip on the foul line.
Capitalizing on the carelessness of Chansam Foye, who looked casually
like I don't
giving
know,
them
man.
basketball.
A defender was right in that lane, so what was he thinking?
Maybe he's looking for a Matero Magic player, maybe.
Like, what was he thinking, you know? Like, what was he thinking?
Yeah. Good 2 baskets right there on the free throw, calmly taking them with ease.
7 points game here. Matero Magic still in the lead. Substitution there. Chance Aume after that turnover sitting down. And Augustine Kinda is back in the game.
You see Augustine Kinda doing what he does best, controlling, directing traffic. Fresh possession on that swing and Spoikan takes a shot.
Good
Bad
pass
position.
there. Augustine Kinda trying to find his way. Joseph there. It is Matero Magic basketball. I like the passing sequence.
Yeah, but too early for Spoikan on that particular possession. He didn't set his feet right to take that particular shot. The ball went one swing and went one swing the other side. He had to pull the trigger. He had to put an extra swing on that one.
Again, Spoikan Puz is feeling it.
Yep.
45 to 35. It's a 10-point game here at the Nasdaq Arena. A 3-pointer from Spoikan Ngoma. Snake Muscle has given Magic a 10-point lead. Matero Magic.
Huskies are failing to close out early on one swing from Matero Magic. The ball go one side right, the time it's going back, and I said this earlier on in the first 2 quarters, if they don't cover themselves properly and don't move together aggressively as a team, we did see a few spells of that, and they were actually rewarded by 2-3 transition plays. If they can move as a team together, they'll be able to close out such particular positions.
So going back to your point, George, the issue of spacing the floor, being on the right position. So Magic are swinging the ball quite effectively, but what is also helping them is players finding themselves in the right spots to create opportunities for those extra passes.
Exactly. Matero Magic currently leading 45, Huskies 35. The third quarter of this particular game, 5 minutes, 34 seconds to go.
Huskies on the attack. Eddie bringing up the basketball, hands it over to Enoch. Huskies still on the attack. Enoch pulls for a 3 and nothing but net.
Confidence.
Huskies refusing to let this game go.
Confidence is what it is.
Play there between Spoikan Ngoma and Gilbert. Gilbert finds Augustine Kinda. Augustine Kinda gives it to Jermaine. Jermaine drives all the way inside and manages to book himself a trip on the foul line. Conversation there between Spoikan Ngoma and Jermaine Maowe.
Exactly. Good swing by Matero Magic there. Firstly, Augustine directing traffic, giving his teammates the right opportunity to stay and earning themselves a
Miles
chip.
Ndalama George continues on his belief in his former team, Matero Magic, and he says, Magic is way better than Huskies, no disrespect. And then again, on YouTube, he says, Snake Muscle Wakune Kafia.
It's important.
We love them comments. Miles joining us all the way from the United States of America. Please keep interacting with us and of course spread the word. Eddie on the ball. They are now basically running a play trying to free Enoch.
Good defensive approach from Matero Magic, realizing that they have to sit in that zone and not go outside the three-point line because it will leave open shots for Huskies. So once they have that one swing, all Matero Magic are doing correctly is sitting in that particular key. Huskies full court, 1-2-2 press. Again, the swing from Matero Magic.
Spoikangoma on the drive, and he nails it. Very beautiful left finger roll layup there from Spoikangoma through traffic of Matero. Joseph Barbara with the rebound from Matero Magic. Spoikangoma there, calming things down for Matero Magic. Joseph Barbara left all alone. Barbara goes after his own rebound, but unfortunately, Huskies secure the possession and to their advantage. Eddie with the ball. Jermaine Mauer on the break.
Couldn't quite get there on time.
Beautiful pass there. Nandwe on the fake. The crowd loving the fake from Nandwe of Huskies Basketball Club.
You gotta appreciate the.
Let's talk about Jermaine Mauer's miss first of all. like how did that happen? You know?
We see that it's. I think he still has it in his mental state. Coming off an injury. Yeah. Just trying to. Did you just say yeah? No, but it's recovery. It's one thing that you have to recover from.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with you, George. And one of the recovery processes, especially for injuries, is that it's not only physical, but the most important is actually psychological.
Yes.
Another foul there.
He has to be very, very careful. Jermaine Mauer, I think
that's his fourth.
Yeah, should be his fourth in this particular game. He has to take his time, be the first person there, but not be the first person to foul in that particular position. Huskies again using what they're trying as physicality to get to the position. Now they're earning themselves a trip to the line. They're just down 10 points now, if you see. So they could be in this ball game in this third quarter.
Beautifully defensive full court pressure by Huskies Basketball Club. Augustine kind of finds Joseph Barbara. Joseph Barbara, two-man game there with the captain, Chongos Tizi Chona, who has booked himself a trip to the foul line. I love what young Embiid is doing. So he not only has the ability to go to the hoop, but at the same time he can recognize and see whoever is cutting to the basket.
Yep. I appreciate Augustine's ability to recognize where there's a disadvantage and exploit it very, very well, quickly giving the ball to young Embiid, who for this particular game has been the forward that has gone to the free throw line the most this particular afternoon. And he should work on his free throw.
Matero Magic captain Chongo there gives to fails to give Matero Magic a 10-point lead on the line, and on the other end, after missing the two free throws, is the one caught napping on defense and gets the foul.
I've observed something about the Matero Magic this particular season. All key players, Jermaine Mauer, Chongo Chona, the assistant coach himself, Davis Msonda, they really look like they're struggling with injuries this particular season. So it's not really a healthy Matero Magic right now.
No.
So, of course, I'm not saying it's an excuse. They can still play basketball, but it's a catalyst for them in how they're performing this season.
Snake muscle all the way again on a beautiful right finger roll this time around. Good recognition of an open lane there from Snake Muscle. It is 11-point lead for Matero Magic, 51 to 40 baskets. 3 minutes remaining on the clock. He pulls up for a three and almost nails it.
Aggressively there, Spoikan doing what any point that needs to do. Thread the particular lane, find that opportunity.
Jermaine pulls for a three-pointer. Unfortunately, he fails to convert. Do you now? Beautiful pass there. Ryan there. What a good pass there. Enoch pulls up for a two. Blocked by Joseph Barbara. Good challenge there from the young big man. Good defense there from Nandwe.
Nando working hard Trying to stop.
Giving it his all.
Yep, trying to stop a transition play right there. And it's worked. Magic now sit on the zone, trying to get it. Joseph
Bwabwa there. Unfortunately, high off the glass. Nice pass there. For me, Ryan was 100% correct because his teammate needed to cut and take that lane to be able to receive that pass in a comfortable position that is closer to the hoop. Snake Muscle there, coming things down for Matero Magic as he communicates with Joseph Bwabwa. What a beautiful crossover. 1-2 play there with Bwabwa, but unfortunately, he couldn't make the pass to Joseph. And credit and kudos to Huskies for successfully defending that particular play.
It did look like it was going to be a successful 1-2 play from Spoik and Goma. Basketball is also played like soccer. You can kick the ball in violation to stop a play.
Stop a play.
Yeah.
Do whatever it takes, especially on the defense.
Exactly, exactly.
Captain Chongo Stizi Chona on the foul line for Matero Magic there. The captain, unfortunately, this afternoon cannot find his rhythm on the foul line.
True. Successfully making one, extending the lead to 12 points now. Huskies trying to stay alive in this particular ball game.
Enoch there meandering his way into the paint. Beautiful drive there. Great basketball there from Huskies. It is again a 10-point game. Matero Magic still in command with less than a minute to play.
Exactly.
Augustine kind of coming things down a little bit. Playing, Stizi Chona gets the basketball, and unfortunately, he commits a foul. That play was outright frustration.
Exactly.
That play was outright frustration from Chongo Stizi Chona.
When you look at what Huskies have recognized right now, and I think it's earning them a trip to the particular line, is Matero Magic's flag is up. And they're going to exploit that particular aspect by aggressively making everything possible on the defensive end and on the offensive end.
Okay, George, balance me out here. What was Chongo trying to do there?
It's what I said. There was contact there, but he was trying to get a foul.
Unfortunately, I didn't see contact, George. I didn't see contact. That would merit a foul there. You know, Chongo tried to throw himself into the defender to look for the foul, but unfortunately, I don't think there was a foul there.
Trying to get the
fans protesting there because they believe somehow there was a foul there that should have been awarded to the forward for Huskies, Mulemwa. Jermaine thought about it but decided to drive. Beautiful defense there. Nangwa with the ball. It is almost. The big man David Nsonda, coach player, Matero Magic there.
Ends them a trip to the line. And they're exploiting it, trying to chop down the lead, which is working successfully. Yep. 36 seconds, 20. 36.
Let us know where you're watching from on our various social media platforms where this game is currently being broadcasted live. The Litovia television Facebook page, SEPI Blog Sports page. And also, you are looking at, is that a technical foul? What technical foul is that? What exactly is going on there?
Looks like a confrontation between Devi and Pecos.
But look, Pecos' protest for me doesn't hold water. Okay? I think he was trying to tell David to remove what he's wearing inside. Look, I mean, we see players wear it.
Exactly.
So I've seen players at the highest basketball stage Nandwe on the save. Beautiful defense there, unfortunately. Joseph on the spin, and he fails to convert. Unfortunately, the young man just couldn't quite finish that layup. But what a good speed. But again, let's give credit where it is due. Beautiful defense there from Huskies Basketball Club. Matero Magic couldn't run the play.
Exactly.
Brian on the ball there, big tools regarded by Spoik and Goma. Joseph, Augustine manages to go and fails to lay the basketball. So you see, for me, we've just seen there from Augustine and the play earlier from Chongostizi Chono. Look, if all the time you have an opportunity to either make a layup or score, and the first thing you're trying to is solicit for a foul from the referee when you're clearly away from the defender, there's good separation for you to just go ahead and lay that basketball. I think sometimes I understand referee when they hesitate not to call those fouls. Because Augustine kinda, yes, there was a bit of some contact as he was getting the ball, but there was separation. Augustine was able to create adequate separation for him to comfortably lay that ball on the hole.
Yep.
I mean on the rim.
On the rim, yeah.
Off the glass. So I totally agree with the referee if they don't make such calls.
Yeah, look, you're looking at players trying to draw the attention of the referee when you
It's like flopping.
attempt. Yeah.
In other words, it's just basic flopping.
Yep. Every player needs to. I think it's an art that you need to embody and appreciate if you can do it.
Offensive foul there for Matero Magic. Adamson Goma there connecting with Enoch. Enoch gives it to Mulema. Mulema hands it back to Eddie. Eddie finds Enoch. Enoch finds Adamson. Adamson pulls. Fails to convert.
Good job. But just couldn't get that basketball in from Eddie.
1-2 game between Snake Muscle and Jermaine, but unfortunately, Snake Muscle couldn't convert there from Matero Magic. I'm talking about the shooting position, finding your feet. Spoiken there looked like he wasn't quite set for that shot. Again, alluding to what you mentioned earlier, as a shooter, yes, you can have an opportunity to shoot, but at the same time, the mechanics also have to be right.
Exactly. And the spacing again from both players was
Adamson
not too well.
Finds Mulema. Mulema gives it to Enoch. Enoch slashes his way into the paint and converts. 46 to 52.
Very good layup right there.
8 minutes remaining on the clock.
Very good layup. Aggressively entering the key, penetrating it.
David Musonda there, finding the young man Joseph in the paint. 54 to 46, 8-point game. Enoch there finds Mulemwa. Mulemwa goes all the way and loses the ball. Well, I'm wondering, that kind of substitute, I thought Joseph was okay.
Okay, yeah, I thought that as
in
well.
the game.
Yeah. And the young man hasn't had the feel of the game that much. So I don't know why that substitution had to take place.
Yeah. I felt like, you see, Joseph Pabwa has got 2 fouls. Okay? So maybe what we needed was to allow the young man, Augustine Kainda, finally finds his range from the 3-point line. And that's his first basket of the game, by the way.
Exactly. All along he's been silent, distributing the basketball and making it very, very difficult for teams to predict his next move.
So Sondashi is back in the basketball game as Adamson takes a seat. It is 57-46, 11 points gain here in favor of Matero Magic. Sondashi goes in. Unfortunately, Sondashi couldn't complete the pass inside. Wabwa all the way. And it is an unsportsman foul.
Look at Boaba aggressively trying to bulldoze his way and ends on a trip to the line.
I don't know why Eddie decided to do that, because 7 minutes is way too much on the clock, and if you start committing those unsportsman fouls, it usually doesn't go very well. And Eddie is one of the key players who has had an extraordinary run in this campaign, so you definitely need the guy to be free to express himself in the last 2 to 3 minutes of the game.
I think fouls like that really want to send a message to the other team and trying to stop what is momentum.
That it won't be easy. It's like the Detroit Pistons bad boys kind of fouls, eh?
Exactly.
Like, look, in as much as you can drive, you can dribble, you can do everything, you won't get in this paint that easily.
That easily, yeah. Those are all of those fouls, which I believe every player can afford to get. Good swing by Matero Magic, but again, Spock and Goma not set on that particular ball as yet. Now it's a rushed possession shot.
I love the defensive hustle there from the old man David Musonda there. I somehow think that Spock and Goma could have been a little bit patient on that play. Mulemwa committing the foul there on Augustine Kainda and shows some good sportsmanship there, and I don't think that foul was deliberate. No. You know, unfortunately, he just couldn't stop.
Momentum.
Yeah.
His momentum carried him into the play.
Snake Muscle finally out-muscles Sondashi there of Huskies Basketball Club and books himself a trip to the free throw line.
Huskies doing everything they can to remain in this particular ball game. Good job from them, giving Magic a tough time in the paint. They're not getting easy points. They have to earn their trip to the line. Good rebound, Huskies. Good transition out late.
Beautiful pass there. Nandwe on the finish.
Perfect.
Nice connection between Sondashi and Nandwe.
Huskies coming close, 10 points. Now leave it, extending it. They better trim the lead now and maintain.
Wabwa there failing to convert that basket off the glass. Wabwa gives it to Davis Msonda. Davis Msonda, 1-2 man. Unfortunately, Magic failing to secure a basket on 3 attempts. It is Augustine on the steal. He's been doing that all game and all day.
Gotta give praise to Augustine this particular day. Aggressively taking charge of that. I think he leads the game with 6 steals now in this particular ball game.
So Jamba Kelvin Chinga here says, whoever made this possible, walk make a fear. And then Messinio says, is it just starting? No mercy. We're actually in the fourth quarter. 6 minutes remaining on the clock. It is 60-48. Magic leading. Brighton BK Yada says Spoikan. Kodesniga around basketball. T-Junction Palusaka. There's only one T-Junction I know, Palusaka, anyway. Then Chinga Mulikita says Spo. Snake Maso doing everything for Matero Magic offensive-wise. And remember what I told you earlier on, it's the issue of being able to find the lane.
Yep.
You know, so for me, he can shoot quite all right, but his ability to find the lane, his speed, and you know, his agility, his strength on the ball makes it very difficult for defenders to usually stop him.
Yep. He has a little bit of threats in his bag. Very, very difficult player to guard, especially if he's running and cutting in the paint. But Trials goes to him for being very, very instrumental in today's basketball game.
And Kasongo Luwunda was giving out his props to Eddie, a gentleman who's been very extraordinary in this game for Huskies Basketball Club. And Eddie with the ball right now. Beautiful speed. Inside. Eddie on the ball. What a sequence of play from Eddie.
Beautiful.
Unfortunately, Joseph Bwabwa used his size.
Exactly.
Joseph Bwabwa with the ball. Joseph Bwabwa there trying to find Augustine Kainda. And referee Pecos there says, hell no, I'm not going to allow you to make that illegal play, Augustine Kainda.
We saw Eddie in that previous play using his maneuvering skills to cause havoc in the defense, but was just stopped by Joseph Bwabwa. You gotta appreciate his ability to actually penetrate the key.
Eddie with the basketball for Huskies. Eddie finds Adamson. Adamson keeps the basketball, hands it over to Sondashi, who pulls for a three, and unfortunately couldn't quite convert. Joseph Bwabwa with the rebound. Snake muscle behind his back, and unfortunately lost it.
Trying to do a little bit too much there, Spoikan and Goma on that transitional play. Has to put the ball down and just go directly to the rim.
Yeah, he could have easily just relaxed the basketball, allowed his friends to come back and let them execute, but couldn't. Magic on the attack. Joseph Bwabwa. Joseph drops it to Snake Muscle, who pulls for a three, and it is an air ball. Sondashi. David Musonda again in making sure that Huskies don't get a point that easily.
The veteran there realizing that he was already beat to one spot.
And he's sitting on 2 fouls now, 4 minutes remaining on the clock.
Exactly.
And like you were saying, when you talk about the issue of this, that can change the entire trajectory of the game.
Yeah. Good recognition there by the Huskies, getting themselves a trip to the line. 1 of 2.
From Sondashi there.
Yep. Bringing it to 60-49. Magic currently still in the lead comfortably. Spoikan penetrating the key and manages to actually get a foul or an interception from the Huskies players.
I felt like Spoikan had an open lane to the basket.
Trying to look for his open man on the teammates. Huskies being a little bit too aggressive there.
Remember now what I was telling you about the fouls. Eddie needs to watch those fouls.
Yep.
He's one of the key players that Huskies Basketball Club have and that we'll need in the last 2 minutes of the game.
Too aggressive there, Eddie, a little bit. But it's okay for a defensive player. You have to be aggressive. The opponents need to know your presence.
David Msonda pulls up for a three, and the veteran cashes in. Nothing but net for Matero Magic.
Very good composure from the veteran right there. Realizing he was open, Huskies played late and capitalized on it.
Beautiful pass there from Ngandwe. Joseph Bwabwa caught napping. I love the initiative from Ngandwe. In between the legs of Joseph Bwabwa.
Exactly. Magic players sent 2 players down that baseline to cover, but were not unsuccessful. And we saw a very sneaky pass through the legs of Joseph Bwabwa, and that has been awarded by going to the free throw line. Smart. Really smart play.
You've got to make those free throws, Mr. Sondashi, sir.
I believe in the basketball game, one of the most intense but easiest shots are the free throw, depending on the situation of the game. Good rebounding there from Huskies.
But Sandashi there. Sandashi on the drive.
Oh, beautiful pass.
Nandwe. Unfortunately, oh my word.
You can see
what
that.
a beautiful basket it would have been if Nandwe just converted.
You can see that he was disappointed in himself for not making that particular basketball game.
Davey there. Davey on the drive. Davey the veteran. Oh my word. That would have been an interesting basket. He still has some legs.
Still has some legs right there. Showing how
Nandwe. Oh my God. Nandwe means business. Nandwe means business. This afternoon here at the Nasdaq Arena. Huskies still holding on to the basketball. It is getting charged up, ladies and gentlemen. Eddie on the drive. Is Eddie going to finish? Unfortunately, he fails to convert. Did you see that audacious dunk attempt from Nandwe?
Yes. He's trying to make a statement that we're here to play and we're here to compete. Now, they end themselves a trip to the line.
Referees, you can hear the chants from the crowd blaming and calling on the referees to have done something on that Nandwe dunk attempt.
Again, key turnaround points in particular ball game, as you see the images from the cameras, trying to look at the referees. They did miss a lot of contact underneath that particular rim. And these are instrumental, as you said earlier on, such particular missed calls by refs could be detrimental to a game. And they really need to have a focus on protecting a player. Kudos to Huskies for being that aggressive and not giving up on their offensive attempts. And now they have a trip to go to the line.
So, George, on our YouTube platform, we have Kondwani Mkandawire also giving props to Snake Man, who is none other than Spoikan Ngoma. Mkandawire also is saying, let's go Tamanga boys. That is from our YouTube page, Prism Africa, where this game is currently being streamed. Finally, Eddie manages to break the scoring deadlock of Huskies Basketball Club by reducing the lead to 13 points. Huskies still get the basketball. I love the way Huskies is getting those defensive rebounds. Sandashi manages to excite the crowd here at the Nasdaq Arena with his unchallenged three-pointer.
Exactly.
Sandashi applying some pressure there on the veteran David Msonda as Magic tries to work out something. Augustine Kainda goes past. Beautiful basketball there between Augustine and Jermaine Maue.
Exactly.
I bet if it was young Joseph there, it could have been a dunk.
Has a lot of legs on him still.
Eddie on the drive.
By Eddie.
Eddie fails to convert. And David saves it from Matero Magic. Snake Muscle goes all the way. And he fails to convert.
Good job.
Spoikan looking at the referee?
Good job from us. He's trying to get that particular ball, but couldn't not keep it. Coming down the situation.
Easing the play. Beautiful defense there. Joseph again. Why didn't he pass the basketball?
Good defensive position from Huskies right there.
All that Joseph needed to do was pass the basketball.
I love how
all he needed to do.
I love how Huskies are being aggressive, not making it very easy for Matero Magic to try and make any attempt. They've been doing a very good job on the defensive end. Nothing has come easy for Matero Magic this particular ball game.
Nothing.
So Ndiashi.
We're on the rebound. Augustine Kainda, the smallest man on the floor, picking the jackpot of a rebound.
Directing traffic, finding an open corner, Spore who
Veteran
drives.
inside, and he manages to convert. 40 years plus, still having legs to drive to the basket. Another steal again. Augustine Kainda gets rejected. Oh my word! It is the gentleman Sundashi Arena. Augustine made a steal and casually thought he could go in the paint of the Huskies Basketball Club. And oh my God, Huskies now have the possession. What a defensive effort there.
You gotta love
young
it.
man Ngandwe.
You gotta love that. You gotta love that heart. That's heart that you cannot teach. You know you're responsible for turning over the ball, and you make a great effort and go and block that shot. Good sense of defensive awareness that you block a shot and you don't get a foul. Kudos to Ngandwe for that particular statement.
The lesson also to maybe young players that are watching us right now is one of the things that they need to learn when it comes to this basketball game is that when you have an opportunity, for example, on a play like that, George, you make a steal and you're going all the way on a break. That's why in training there's always what we call game speed.
Yes.
Augustine kind of there unfortunately became casual as he was going for that layup. And it was very easy for Ngandwe, who's athletic by the way, to catch up with him and tell him, you are not going to walk in our paint like it's your house.
And physicality of Ngandwe doesn't really give off like an athletic person, but you'll be surprised at how much leaping ability he has, hence being able to block that particular shot.
For those that actually do not even know, I've seen the young man, by the way, dunk in a game. So, as much as like you said, he does not look the part where athleticism is concerned, but he definitely has what it takes.
Yep. A minute 13 seconds into this ball game, a foul committed right there by Matero Magic in the paint before receiving the basketball. Magic leading 67, Huskies 53 in this particular ball game. 1 minute 10 seconds into this particular quarter. And the careless defensive positioning by Matero Magic gives an opportunity to Huskies to go on the free throw line.
And it is Ngandwe.
Ngandwe failing to get that second opportunity.
Yeah. So it is Matero Magic basketball 67-54 here at the Nasdaq Arena in Lusaka, where Huskies Basketball Club has remained tenacious and resilient with regards coming back in this game. But Matero Magic still finding their way. It is Huskies Basketball Club. Augustine trying to flop. I'll use the word flop.
No, it wasn't flopping. Look at the contact again.
Contact is there.
Held.
Look.
He was literally held.
I'll go back to your point. The defender won't allow you to get the ball easily. But still go for the ball.
But
don't just allow the ball to get past you and look at the referee and expect the referee to make the call.
Referees
get the ball.
In this game, referees are not doing a good job. Yeah. So much contact on both ends.
Eddie
for both
on the three. Eddie fails to convert. Joseph picks the rebound. And Eddie almost, in fact, it is Enoch who almost gets the basketball.
This is going to be a jump ball.
But in all fairness, I thought Enoch was the last touch on that ball. You see, that's how you behave. That's how you behave on the play. Don't refrain from going to get the basketball. In as much as there's contact, your primary goal, you are the guy that is receiving the inbound. So you can't allow the ball to just fly by you and concentrate on the referee. Like, George, for me it doesn't happen, you know. Secure the ball first.
No, but
then when there's contact, the referee will be able to call that.
But what's a referee's number one job in a particular ball game?
Is to ensure that all contact in the game is legal.
And protect the player.
Yes.
Because anything else can happen to any player at any time.
Defense there from Matero Magic. And Joseph gets the basketball. David Banda, the veteran there. He finds Joseph, the young man. 36.2 seconds remaining in this ball game. Matero Magic sitting at 67-55 baskets here at the Nasdaq Arena in Lusaka. Huskies fouling on almost every play at the moment. I can't imagine how difficult it must be for David Msonda, who is the head coach and player at the same time, seeing your team mates doing the wrong thing on the floor and having the responsibility to not only help them realize that they can do better in areas where they're lacking, and at the same time being able to make sure that you play your role as a player.
Exactly. But I've literally seen him in his glory days play basketball at a very, very high and very, very passionate way as well. At this point in time, he needs to make a decision, I think. Is he still going to stick on the coaching side, or is he going to stick to being a player?
But I think for me, he's better off. Yeah, because for me, I think it's better off being a coach at the moment, because there are so many young guys at Matero Magic Basketball Club that can benefit from his wealth of knowledge and experience in this game. But it reminds me of Bill Russell as well. Remember Bill Russell, you know?
Yeah, he had
after
to
playing, coach player, but it reached a point where it was difficult to play and coach, so he had to be the coach.
Yep. So at this point, I mean, if he still feels he's got legs, hey, who can stop him? It's his body and his state.
And did you see David picking the rebound on that play?
Yeah.
He still has some legs,
Still has some legs, yeah. He still has some legs, making a statement.
Old man David Msonda. Huskies Basketball Club, 31.2 seconds remaining on the clock here at the Nasdaq Arena. David Msonda drives inside, but Huskies, good defense. Adamson charging. Good crossover from Adamson, who finds a lad. David Msonda pulls for a three, and he nails it.
The veteran realizing he's open and jacks up the three.
71-54 here at the Nasdaq Arena is the final score between Matero Magic and Huskies Basketball Club. I must mention, George, that this has been a very good game, and I'm proud of the young Huskies who are coming into this fixture somewhat missing key pieces such as Boyka and also their head coach Munju Mochemba, who's apparently out of town on business, and them being able to show the character that we've seen. I think this team has what it takes to maintain their position in the Super League so far.
Yep. You won't take away anything from Huskies for this particular game, putting in everything.
Magic literally worked for it.
Exactly. You saw that in the first quarter, they were a little bit timid, but picked up in the second, third, and fourth, finishing strong, realizing that at the point that Magic showed a little bit of complacency, they capitalized on that. Their transition in the second quarter that ended them successful times at the free throw line were able to give them closer to the lead by chopping it down to 8 points. And you have to give them credit for them working in such circumstances to actually win this to try and win this particular ball game. So kudos to Huskies, and better luck next time.
Better luck next time indeed.
Yeah.
My name is Obek Musongo, aka Badman OB, and I'm a point guard and shooting guard for Matero Magic.
Chendai Padira.
Delight Charawan.
My name is Jeremiah Chenge.
Elijah Mbochinjamba.
My name is Chansam Faume.
Augustine Kinda.
Chongo Chona, aka Steezy, aka Pezuzu, aka Magician. You can pick one of those. I'm Matero Magic captain.
This qualifiers really mean a lot for me. From the time I started playing basketball, I realized I want to play basketball at the highest level. And BAA is at the exposure for us right now.
This league is sponsored by the NBA, so it's a great opportunity for each and every player on the team.
And it made me play in China for about 9 years.
As a team, it also gives us an opportunity to show the world just how good Matero Magic is as a club.
So some of us will get a chance to be scouted.
It has given me a lot of personal traits that I use on a daily, such as discipline, timekeeping.
And, to be able to give an example to the younger generation coming up that, maybe you should join some sport or, do something at least.
So I'm experiencing a lot of things through basketball, and it really changed my life in a good part.
I'm very confident in my team, the hard work we've been putting on as a team, the late practices.
And I'm confident enough that we'll win the qualifiers and proceed for the next round.
They don't know about us, but I can control what we can, which is adequate preparation.
Whoever is thinking that we are the underdogs, they have to think twice.
Everyone is on point, the team, the coaching staff, so I don't think we have a problem playing in the qualifiers. We are now ready to go. It's just a matter of time.
We're going to change the game of basketball in Zambia. The moment Matero Magic, qualifies for these games, now right now every part of Zambia knows who Matero Magic is. But for us to qualify now, all the nations will know who we are.